Okay. All right, test, test. Cool, how Ron? Um, so today we're going to talk about bike trailer. We've got Amazon up here. These range from like 90 to $300. It's quite a bit of money. Um, let's see here, and it's a big deal. The goal of this channel is to help people with homeless life. Um, be somebody that can give an answer, do something nice, in passing a word of advice or this or that. Okay, so you'll see behind me we have a bike trailer. All right, I picked one up today at the Goodwill. It was it's a thrift store and it's one of those places with the big bins. You go in there, you weigh out all your stuff, and then you pay by the weight. So um, it has really excellent tires. They're like BMX quality. It's usually a higher quality. Um, I've got strapped to my bicycle that I got on clearance. Um, this clearance it was in one of those department stores like TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, that sort. Normally like $800 to $1,000. I paid $200. It's a small electric bike. Um, this is great though, and it allows you to carry things like this. So you can then throw your duffel bag in there. Again, thrift store is the best, I think. Army surplus, thrift store, that sort of thing. So I paid $9 for this thing. Uh, I can fit one or two of these bags in there. One super easy, you just throw it in and you're done. You can keep bedding, a sleeping bag, and a tarp in there for at night. You can have it on the bottom, throw your bag on top. You've got everything. Um, so I got this today, and it was like eight and change. So I said like $9. Um, and I found a few things along the side of the road. I just want to show you those today, and we'll see what we can do here. Um, so with the duffel bag, I like the one on the left there, the $25 one. You're usually like five to 30, basically. At like a thrift store, it depends. Um, so anyway, let me grab the stuff that I found on the road so that we can see it. And- Okay, so we live in a military town, and there were some pants by the road. They actually smell clean, like fresh laundry. So outdoor adventure or homeless gear, totally great. Perfect addition. Throw these in the laundry, done. Also found the S style, the S hook. Right. So we got a short guy, but strap it on to anything you want, ready to go. If you check if you check the bike playlist, I've got one of the videos. It shows this strap. So this is um, one of the one of the straps that you see on the big rigs. It's carrying large poles, large machinery, large logs, that sort of thing. So this guy goes everywhere, you know, around the United States, and sometimes they fall off because they get worn. But you'll see in the video that this is useful in keeping your tires from popping. So we have that. I also found ye old pool noodle, right? This guy was free. So again, in the bike video, this is about how to keep your bike tire um, from being punctured. So that's pretty exciting. Anyway, when you when you're out there and you're homeless, um, there there is nothing. There's really nobody out there for you. There's nobody like coming around checking to see if you're okay. In an ideal world, the government would have programming to provide not only everything you need, but they would be sending people out on the street and saying, "Hey, we have this available. Does that is this something that you can use?" Um, so it's good to understand everything you can. All right. So I found like something that I could use to help like piece up like little sticks and things. Um, I really love all of the Fowler's Makery and Mischief. How he uses sticks as the bamboo chopsticks. Amazing, because you could do that anywhere. It doesn't matter at all. There's always going to be one. So um, he's a he's fun. The channel's fun. And he's a really encouraging guy. Anyway, $9. I'm out on the road. 10 to 30 easy at any thrift store. So I found the pants, I found the strap, I found the noodle. At Walmart, I'm like 70 plus this thing. So like max price, you know, 300-400 bucks, pretty easy. Um, I just, sort of dug around. And when you're homeless, that's what you do have is the extra time. Um, so that's where your benefit is. So anyway, this guy can go anywhere. For me here, I'm indoors now, so it's a grocery run. It's carrying something that I need to. You can even pull it upstairs. It's not that big of a deal. But do go ahead and check out the bike playlist. It's a good deal on how to keep you road ready. Tubes are like what, $4 to $8, and if you run through a place where there's thorns or whatever, theoretically that's like hundreds of dollars a year. Nobody has that money as a homeless person. Kidding. Um, there's the the danger that you run into as a homeless person. Um, in the civil world is you can get a ticket. The place that I did my study at, so I'm a 4.0 entrepreneurship college course grad, and my goal is to help assist homeless people and get them back out into the real world if they want to, and just be on their feet. Um, so anyway, little things like this, I can't stop. It's really great. It's totally worth the time. Um, all right, so but this ticket is like if you get caught sleeping out, you're like 185 bucks. Well, do the math on that. 185 times $100 or times 100 days, right? Just add two zeros. You know, take that all the way up to 365, and you're talking about more money than the average cat makes on a regular 9 to 5. It's the math doesn't really work. Um, but this will keep you road ready, and it's a world beyond just walking. So from walking to a bicycle, there's a big improvement. You have a long distance you can go. You're not carrying the backpack, like we said with these duffel bags. Um, that weighs you down. It compresses your back. After a while, it gets to be very painful, and you can actually damage your back. So you can have permanent damage. Um, but something this big, you just throw the bag in there and you're done. It's super fun. So anyway, um, our goal here is to, like I said, to help the homeless. And personally, I'm going to be trying to build solutions and build businesses around, you know, around any number of subjects, but with the goal of giving money to give people a hand. Um, so that's mostly it for the bike trailer. Um, Again, you gotta be a little bit careful. Um, you see the man here with his two children. If you go over, so these wheels are a little bit different, but most of them are like a small bike tire. Um, you want to, make sure that you don't hit a curb really, really hard because you'll get the pinch flat, right? What's a pinch flat? Well, it's covered in the bike playlist. Um, but that's basically when the tire hits the curb, pinches against the rim, and rubs a bit, and now you've either broken your tube or tube and tire, and you're kind of done. It's it's a tough fix. It's not often as a homeless person that you have enough money to go grab a new tube and put it in, and have the tools and the place to put it in, including getting a new tire. It's really cost. Um, I don't know. It's cost heavy. It's difficult. So with the strap and the noodle, there's a way that you can basically you cut the noodle in half, and it covers most of the round of the tire. And when it compresses, it's going to compress against that and keep the tire from hitting the rim and from compressing too much. Also, because you've got tire, then strap, then noodle, then tube, you have a lot of protection from thorns, from nails, from staples, those sort of things. Um, so anyway, on this one, I've tried a bit of everything. You'll see in the other video. I've got the stop flat. It's a yellow insert. We ended up with the pool noodle. I have a hard rubber tire in the back and the combination up in front. So I'm gonna go back and forth, and I'm still looking for a really good solution that I can just say this, is totally it, and we're good to go. We're done. Um, anyway, so that's fun and cheap too. I begged on the side of the road, and I've had days where I got absolutely nothing. I got a quarter. I had days by a church where one time I got like $100 bill. Um, but usually best days were like, fives and ten, and occasional 20. Some people do better, some people don't. But the people that tell you that they get like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, it's just user experience may vary. So but even that, like, even at $100 a day, that's still not enough for full food, full laundry, for a cell phone, for to pay the hotel fee plus taxes. That kind of living takes like a couple $100 a day, and most smaller time jobs don't really even offer that. So um, anyway, our solution, and we'll be going into it at another time, but is a work-based shelter. So you enter the shelter. You have like two rules to follow, and one of them is we have a work program, and you work to offset your costs of being there. So you're no longer some, stink, lazy, whatever. You're actually somebody, and you made the way. So sure, we cover the labor and the food and everything. So it's a bed, it's laundry, and a work program. It's not something that I've started yet. It's going to be really big. To do it globally, which is the plan, would be in the neighborhood of $5 billion. But that will get you a couple of prepaid locations for the period of 50 to 100 years, depending. And that covers everything: the building, utilities, the workers, all the stuff involved. But pretty nice, and we're making ways towards that. Um, and the other stuff is, what do you do? What do you do as a homeless? Um, First of all, the easiest like one answer is day labor. You have to get up early. That stinks. You have to go in there on any day at all that you can. You fill out their little form. You say, I have this work experience. And it's usually like check boxes. So 0 to 6 months, 1 to 2 years, 3 plus. So um, the first year, I went out 1/3 of the times that I went into the office. I got a job 1/3 of the time. So if you're feeling kind of lazy and you kind of want to work, kind of don't, um, just go in anyway, because some of the times you're not going to go out, no big deal. Some of the problems, though, is if you are getting the free food, and by the way, Salvation Army gives breakfast every weekday. Huge thing. Salvation Army and Catholic Charities are two of the biggest hands in the industry. Between the two of them, there will be at least one thing that you can get. So, yeah, we love this bike trailer. I haven't figured out how I'm going to hook it up to everything yet, but it's doable right now. So, this is some utility for me, and if you see a small needy child, we can get them up anyway. Um, just joking, but the road fund there, super cool. It took time, not money, right? All right, so that's something that you can do. The other thing is, I ended up doing a daytime bag and a nighttime bag. So I used this duffel system that we were looking at a second ago, and the day bag had all knickknacks, gadgets, gear, and then the nighttime bag had, uh, you know, sleeping bag, pad. By the way, your pad, the foam pad, only needs to be from head to rear. It does not need to cover your full length. You can. It's up to you. Um, but basically, your heels are what touch. So that's that's what's really what's really important as far as keeping things light, keeping the amount of things small, and making that a daily doable because you have to live with this every single day. Most people don't have a storage place. You don't have a place to go to. You don't have anywhere or anyone to just say, "Hey, buddy, that's cool. You can park it here." No big deal. So you've got to figure out all this on your own. You can throw all that in the bottom portion. This one even has like a little back nook. It's super cool. Um, and you can literally, as tired as you are, save your compressed bag, throw the bag in there, and you're great to go. Um, all right, so some of the other solutions were not only this day labor center, but understanding your city and what they have. So you want to get the gist of like how the public treats you. This is called, perceived value of your city. Okay, so you being there in the corner, sometimes everything is cool, sometimes it's not. All right, different corners are different ways. Just play it safe, play it cool. All right, so you don't want people to be aggressive towards you, and you don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to get a name. It's like, oh, it's so and so. We gotta get them a ticket and show them shove them out of here. Um, the issue with that, the move along policy, and this is gonna sound a little harsh for a policeman, and I know. I have a couple friends actually in like every walk of life. But the truth is there is no move along. All right, so there is no place to go. If you're not welcome in this city, you're not going to be welcome in the next city. And there's a couple places that are like a little bit better. Everybody looks for Shangri-La, of course, um, but that's the truth of the situation. So you need to live as long as possible. You need to have food. You need to have sleep. And at some point, if you're willing and able to work, you need to go ahead and be able to pursue those things. So um, and I did every kind of sleep that there was: hotel, friends, alleyway, forest, shelter, part-time shelter. Um, I did every single thing so I could find out what it was. So I spent 3 years working with and living with homeless people to see what they actually go through, so that I know what the day is like. So I can actually provide an answer that's real, that feels right. That is it. Um, Another tip here is the old the old grocery store. All right, so you can go in the, you know, pay by the minute, prepaid card, that sort of stuff. So you're 15 to 50 bucks for a phone. Just go and get, uh, go to the clearance section or go to the phone section and look for a cheap phone on clearance. All right, you're only going to get one application on there that runs right. I'm not gonna lie to people. The battery life is horrible and it's slow. Okay, there's no question that's what it is. All right, but you have countless hours of learning things on YouTube, using things like Reddit, like calling and texting apps that you can do for free on Wi-Fi every single day. That you are welcome in those places, and you have not only an ability to call 911 on a phone. It's a governmental thing for emergency, but you can contact somebody. So get in contact with a friend or a loved one, hear back from a job if you are applying. It's a huge step, and I play a little game as well. So I had a favorite game on mine, and I would just play, while I was figuring this out, and I needed a break. I'd spend an hour or 2 hours, whatever, just playing this game and resting. Um, because believe it or not, sitting out on the street does not mean that you're the world's most rested person. It's quite the opposite. So it's a tough life, and it's a hard decision. Some people do it for career, and I never really heard anybody say, because I asked a lot of people, I didn't hear them say, "Oh, I love it. It's my favorite thing ever." And it's tough because while you're out there, the public can mistreat you. A lot of people will shun you. It got to the point personally for me when I got a nod or a smile, some recognition from somebody. I felt great. I felt like $1 million. But your relief from the normal world to that, because you have other social support systems, because you have your work support system, church, education, family, like other things. Um, you have a lot of comfort in your life, as a regular person, but you get like half a second, as a homeless person, where you're like, oh, okay, I had a good feeling, I believe in this, whatever the case may be. Um, so pretty great. All right, so great finds today. Found a couple other like random things, but they're not like really helpful with the homeless situation. Um, and pretty good use of my time. So I'm on a limited budget. I do not have donations. I do not have a backer. It's just me, So what have you? My ultimate plan is to present to government. I'm in process now, um, and at some point, I will give like an actual plan or whatever to give the system that I've devised to them. Um, I think it's amazing. It's worth it. It's something that can be copied worldwide and can be a real easy actual fix. So part of what people want to know, is like, well, what is life like? So your very first thought is, I need water. Um, they say, water you last X number, of days. Food you can last X number of weeks without. Um, and after water, gotta be honest, comes a restroom. Now you don't often look the part or smell the part, so it's difficult. You got to find a public restroom, a place that you can go into. You can't just walk into any place and be instantly accepted. So you have to go there and get that done. Um, anyway, right.